Growing up, I went to my grandparents' little church on Sand Mountain in Alabama. It's close to Vestal Goodman's Fife, Alabama. She was from Fife, Sand Mountain area. So it has a heritage, quite a heritage. And they would have sings. They would go around and say, "Hey, are you coming to my sing today?" They would go around to different counties. My great granddaddy was a singing school teacher. And he would just go around and he was trying to promote, hey, let's have a singing, all that kind of thing. And are you going to this sing this afternoon? All those things. And from the time I was 3 years old, my grandmother and this lady called Miss Maddox, she was Miss Lucille Maddox. She was the director, the music director of the church. And she would get up there for the church service and say, "Kelly, would you like to get up and sing? This is when I was 3. And I would say, "Yes, ma'am, I would." And so they would plop me up on the stage at 3 years old, and I would sing, "Happy Sunday morning, happy Sunday." I did these little kid songs. Well, the older I got, they kept having sings or singings, whichever one they would call it. Lots of people call them different. And I would go to them. When I got old enough, I would walk in those back doors and I would grab a Tennessee Vaughn, Stamps Baxter, Benson book. We'd usually have 3 or 4 books. They were shape note books. And I would go down and I would sing in the class. And Miss Maddox would say, "Come on, honey, you need to come down and sing in the class with us." Well, there were 3 or 4 pews in the front on the right where she would stand. And that class was where they were really harmonizing and trying to sing all of those notes in the old books that they had. And so, but everybody that sang in the class was expected to lead a song. And so when I went down and sang in the class, I knew, well, I better find that song that I want to sing. What a Meeting in the Air, maybe some of those. And so interesting that all of a sudden one day I just thought to myself, I would call that a good old gospel sing. I thought, I need to write that because it's gone. Some of that heritage is not there anymore. A lot of those old sings don't happen. And so I thought, I need a good old gospel sing. Give me that old time religion. Dinner on the ground, pass the plate around, sitting out under those trees. Someday I'll be with Jesus and I'll stand before the King, lifting every voice in a good old gospel sing.